This is Jared Horek for today's RacingDigest.com, and this is going to be our final look at Kentucky Derby 2019 for today's Racing Digest. In this video, we're going to look at the post position winners and losers. But before we get to that, you're going to want the complete digest for Kentucky Derby Day, and you got to head over to today's RacingDigest.com to get that. Now, last year they had an outstanding day on Kentucky Derby Day. 11 wins. They had the race 5, pick 4. They had multiple daily doubles, pick 3s, exactas, trifectas, and superfectas in the Kentucky Derby last year. Audible was their key horse. He finished 3rd. They hit the exacta and the trifecta in the Kentucky Derby. So there's just tons of information in that complete digest. You're going to have workout information, analyzing all the races, not just the Kentucky Derby, the entire Kentucky Derby Day full card from Churchill Downs. You'll get information, analysis, workouts, much more. So head over to today's RacingDigest.com to get the 2019 Kentucky Derby Day Digest, the complete digest from Churchill Downs. Now let's jump back over and let's look at the top 3 Kentucky Derby draw winners and then the top 3 losers as well. Now, 3 horses I think that drew very well for the Kentucky Derby this year. We'll begin with number 5, Improbable. I think he drew a good post. There's speed to his inside and outside. He's probably going to save the ground behind the speed. He's not one of the horses that likes to be up on the lead. So he's going to save ground behind the speed. And if the speed backs up and he can work out that ground-saving type trip, he could be interesting in the Derby for trainer Bob Baffert. Now, my second horse to look at for the top Derby draw winners, we'll look at number 8, Tacitus, for trainer Bill Mott. Now, he's a closer, and when you for a closer, you probably don't want him to be breaking from the inside post and shuffled back. You probably don't want him to be wide either. But Tacitus drew well. He's in post 8. There's a lot of speed to his inside, so he should be able to work his way towards the inside off the pace. And if the pace gets a bit heated, Tacitus is one to look for in the stretch. He's won both of his graded routes this year. And then the third post position winner, I think, was number 16, Game Winner. Now, Game Winner is one that's also going to be coming from a bit off the pace. And with all that speed to his inside, and if you look at the horses that drew near him, there's not a lot of horses with speed. So I think Game Winner from post 16 should be able to work his way over behind the speed. He's going to be out in the clear. He shouldn't have any traffic issues. And he's one to watch in the stretch. He always finishes first or second. He was your 2-year-old champion. The top 3 Kentucky Derby draw losers, we'll start with number 1, War of Will. I think that was the worst post position that he could have gotten. He wanted to be forwardly placed, obviously, but now from the rail, they're just going to have to gun to the lead. He's coming off of a poor effort. He hasn't run in 6 weeks. If you look at his workouts recently, he's been working out well, but he's been very headstrong. He's keen. He's ready to go. He's fresh. He hasn't run in 6 weeks. He didn't get much out of his final prep from the inside post. They're going to have to go. He could be this year's Palace Malice when Palace Malice in the Derby just went way too fast early and melted. I could see War of Will definitely doing that from the inside post. The other 2 post position draw losers, number 20, Country House. He's one that I said he's a late runner. Basically, from that post, he may have to let the whole field go, cross over to the inside, and then good luck passing the entire field in the Kentucky Derby in a 20-horse field. Good luck coming from last and winning. That doesn't mean he can't hit the board or maybe pass some tired horses, but he's in trouble from post 20. He's going to have to work out some kind of trip. And then on number 21, Bodie Express drew into the race when Omaha Beach had to scratch. And now he's a maiden. He's hung way out outside. He likes to be forwardly placed. He's certainly looking at a super wide trip. So one more time, jump over to today's RacingDigest.com to get your complete Kentucky Derby Day Digest from Churchill Downs. All 14 races, including extensive coverage of the 2019 Kentucky Derby. That will wrap up this week's video. We'll be back next week with another stakes race from around the country.